Right now, the U.S. Energy Department is in Southern California updating the public. Officials are sharing about the latest and places where they're going to store the spent nuclear fuel from now on from the San Onofre nuclear plant.
CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal joining us live from the plant there with everything we've learned here today. Kelly?
That's right. You know, and the U.S. Energy Secretary was joined by Congressman Mike Levin for a news conference today. It just wrapped up a short time ago. But the big question that's always been looming has been where to store nuclear waste in the interim and also long term. So today they just announced they've awarded $26 million in funding to 13 different organizations to study the issue. So here's some of what we heard.
We know that not everyone is going to be open to this, obviously, and this is why the process that we are announcing today, this phase 1, is so important. It is perhaps the most important part of being able to ensure that we have communities willing to raise their hand. And this step is out of respect to communities, to tribes, to states, to municipalities. It is working with them to show them how this can be done, how it can be done safely.
And so the awardees to study this issue include universities and groups in 12 different states, as well as the District of Columbia. California has one of those organizations. You may remember last year the Department of Energy announced plans to move forward with what they call consent-based siting. You heard Energy Secretary Jennifer Granholm just referencing that. So basically finding and working with communities interested in storing nuclear waste for the interim until a long-term plan is developed. They also want to study how to manage the spent nuclear fuel. You know, over the years, there's been a lot of pushback from communities. There's been opposition in several states. There have been several lawsuits over the years. People are concerned about becoming a dumping ground for the nation's nuclear waste. And there's also concern about transporting the material safely. But at the end of the day, Congressman Mike Levin says something has to be done. So back out here live, this is phase 1 of the process. As you heard the Energy Secretary say, we have a long road ahead of us. The communities that are interested in storing the nuclear waste for the interim have not yet been identified. So we are talking about this process that is expected to take several years. Kelly Hessedal, CBS 8.